Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Rogue Nation. Yes, it's another week. It is Monday. We're back in the swing of things. All right. Back to work, for me anyway.
Right.
Full week of work. As I worked last. Hey, trust me, I didn't work every day last week, but the days I worked, they put your boy to work. But it's a full week again for myself. Vacation is over till next week for some of us because I get Martin Luther King Day. This guy over here, he might have to he might have to file a complaint. Okay,
Facts.
we have to figure out what's going on over there. Who we got in here? Dr. Kush is here early. Says good morning, everyone. Let's go Flores. Yes, Bazel's in the house. 86 Ghost says, and we are back. Yes.
Facts.
Grails, what's going on, Grails? Says good morning. Good morning to you. Retired Gunny, salute. Good morning.
Ooh.
Just Owl, good morning. Says, what's up, everyone? Let's get us a coach. Indeed.
Facts.
Tori, what's going on? Says, good day, my good brothers. Good day to you.
Top of the morning.
Tracy, good morning, Tracy. Yes, people, they here early. Davon, cousin Davon's in the house. Salute. Says, I see the Roll Pod logo update. Oh, did you update your logo?
I'm just experimenting with some stuff.
Okay, you guys send it to me so I can include that in some stuff. My newsletter that I never put out. Adelia. Good morning. Good morning, Adelia. Ty Riggs, salute. Good morning. Baltimore Lucky E. Good morning. Got Jay the Six in the house. Good morning. Coach C. Good morning. Melanated One. Salute. And we got a super chat from Coach. Good morning. It says happy belated hen dog.
Appreciate you.
Hey, that's what's up. Yes, yesterday was Hendo's birthday, so show some birthday love to Hendo. All right. Melody was. Yep. Good morning. Who is it? This I can't read that. I wicked. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up?
DDSQ. Good morning. Salute. Martavius says Herbert going throw the Lamar Harbaugh experience. He's going through the Lamar Harbaugh experience. Yeah.
It's funny how that works out, though.
Is he though?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I mean, Herbert pretty much did it with the last coach too.
Not necessarily in that manner. I mean, in the game that they lost to Jacksonville, where he threw those 4 interceptions, the offense at least looked functional. We've seen where this offense looked stale. They went into a playoff game and scored 3 points. And it's reminiscent of Greg Roman days with the Ravens. Regular season, we ball and we doing what we need to do. Then the postseason comes and we crap the bed and they can't score. Turnovers, they just look dysfunctional because Greg Roman is not that innovative mind. And he's just passed between the Harbaugh brothers and they're experiencing what the Ravens have experienced. Now we're just waiting to see if Justin Herbert, winless in his playoff career, goes through the same things that Lamar has gone through. Just can't get it done when it matters the most.
They won't say anything. And the crazy thing is, I counted 3 passes that he just missed the target that should have been touchdowns. I counted 2 more that were just underthrown. They didn't give his receiver a chance. There were chances in that game for them to take over, and he missed those throws.
Right.
And we got another super chat from cousin Davon says we are celebrating all month long. Salute. Yes. Adelia says, speaking of Jacksonville, I wish they had one because now the Broncos had to play the Bills, and I'm not looking forward to that. Don't be afraid of the Bills. Yeah, I like Josh Allen, but that team isn't. They're not a strong team.
Did you see the end of the game?
Huh?
I'm sorry. You see the end of the game?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you see what upset me was throughout the course of that game, we saw what many people thought the Ravens defense was. They got after Josh. They beat him down. Like Josh Allen, I commend that man for finishing the game. But at the end of the game, when it mattered the most, on that 4th down play, the defense gave up. When they did the tush push, 2 guys were blocking 3. And the other guys just turned away like, oh, play's over.
Yeah.
And they just like
Yeah. They gave up a little bit. I think they were thinking, okay, let them score now. Let's give our guy time to score a touchdown. And of course, another person, Trevor Lawrence, who will never get criticized, through an interception.
Facts.
Speaking of Jacksonville, did you see the press conference afterwards? And that reporter, Lynn Jones, was speaking to Liam Cohen. I clipped that, and I want to play that real quick. I thought that was a nice moment.
Right.
Let's check that out real quick.
How you doing today? Lynn Jones, Jacksonville Free Press News. I just want to tell you congratulations on your success, young man.
Thank you.
You hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank you.
And you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you
it.
just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all
Thank
right?
you, ma'am.
keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate
Take
it.
care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
I thought that was pretty dope.
Facts.
Like it's tough losing those games like that, and you have high expectations, and have somebody give you some words of encouragement like that, especially when it's not expected. I think that's pretty dope. However, a lot of reporters were complaining about that. All right. In fact, with the tweet where I pulled that from, the person that was quote tweeting it was basically saying, "Oh, that's really unprofessional." Blah blah blah. That's you didn't ask a question, that's really wasting reporters' time. We only have a limited time there. This and that. What are your thoughts? I had some thoughts on that. Do you think she was being unprofessional?
Not at all. Listen, you can tell that's somebody's grandma. You know what I mean? Like, that's somebody's grandma praising their child for doing well. And why shouldn't she? If I have an opportunity to speak, regardless of what it is, I have my time. If I got 20 seconds, I got 20 seconds to talk about whatever it is I feel like I want to talk about. And for me to acknowledge what this man has done, to how he turned around this Jacksonville team and how proud she is, why not? Because all of these media people like Jeff Zrebeck and all these other guys, they do it on their social medias. But I took the time to do it during my spotlight. It wasn't your turn. It wasn't his turn. It was my turn. And instead of me saying, "Hey, how do you feel about the loss?" going through the rigmarole of asking the same old dumb questions that people feel. You feel like you're going to be better next year? You feel like your team did a good job? Well, what do you think he's going to say? "Oh, no, we cracked the bed and we terrible and we're going to lose next year." I don't have a problem with it. Like, people in mainstream media, in life in general, when you veer from the norm, they want to attack you because in their minds, I know they sit there thinking, why didn't I think of that? Man, why did not come up with this first? And they just mad that they never thought of it like that. Now they're thinking this woman may get access now to this coach that none of the rest of us had because of what she did. And they're just jealous. It's not unprofessional. Like, she didn't say, "Baby, I love you and come over to my house for dinner." Like, you know what I'm saying? She congratulated him on a successful season.
Like, what's crazy is there have been reporters that have been unprofessional and been disrespectful and asked questions they shouldn't be asking. Thanks. Right? And reporters like, "Oh, we're just asking tough questions," right? It's nothing unprofessional about that, right? Mm-hmm. Like, reporters ask irrelevant questions all the time. Is that not wasting your time, right? No, because what you're trying to do, what they're all trying to do is get that clippable moment, get that moment where they can put in the article or or make it go viral, and a lot of times they're asking questions to get under players' skin, to get under coaches' skin, right after the game. Like, I mean, Jameson Hensley did that to Lamar, right? You're asking them about John Harbaugh coming back next year, and just like, bro, we literally just lost the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lamar is trying to keep us cool, but he's just like, "Yo, man, like you asked me this right now, like this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on."
Right.
Is that not wasting people's time? Asking an irrelevant question. Like you said, she has her time to say what she wants to say, right? They called on her, and that's what she said. And guess what? She did her job better than everybody else because her comments went viral, not yours.
Right.
I didn't see anything else from that press conference pop up. Thanks. Other than that. So she did her job.
Thanks.
Right. So
Mike Preston's unprofessional. Now, my question is it unprofessional? Because a couple of years back, they were interviewing Nick Sirianni after a loss during the regular season. And they were talking about the offensive and defensive coordinators. And one reporter, I give him credit, he said, "What's your job? What do you do?" Is that unprofessional to ask a head coach what he does?
See? Yeah. And you're right, Mike Preston. I haven't heard any reporters so-called reporters call Mike Preston for lying.
Facts.
Right. So,
because it pushes their narrative.
Right. Let's get some more comments in here. Showcase, what's going on? Says Steelers gotta lose tonight. They probably will.
They probably. Unfortunately, I'll be at work.
Let's see. Jay the Six says, yeah, Panthers offense did enough, but to be fair, that was a hell of a catch from the tight end. At the end, it was.
Only they could have got that interception. Puka Nacua did what he had to do, but he could have just got that interception.
All these games have been close, and the teams that lost had their opportunities. Right. We're gonna get at that in a minute. Let's see. Edmund, good morning. Says Shannon and Ocho spoke on Herbert, but they'll likely be the only ones. I mean, they did, and they'll talk about all these games a little bit, but they won't clip that and try to make that go viral because nobody cares about Herbert. Nobody cares about Trevor Lawrence, right? Like that's just the reality. They all will comment on these quarterbacks a little bit just to say, oh, I did go back and look. I talked about them. Go back and look. Right. But that's not the one your media team is going to clip and put on social media. You know what I'm saying? Imani, good morning. It says happy belated birthday, Hendo.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Who else we got here? JR, I see you. Good morning. Let's see. Texans are a sleeper team, Martavia says. Yep.
If they get that offense going, yeah.
Small black 1000 says, I don't know if I want Steelers to lose tonight or win a few games, then lose before the Super Bowl, so they get a worse pick.
Don't matter. They can't draft.
Yeah. Just get what you need.
They can't draft.
Even if they can, like, just get what you need. You can't worry about what they do. If we do our job, we'll beat them. God's favorite. Good morning. But Bean wants to know how old you are, Hendo. You can't be asking those questions.
I'm proud. Listen, it's a new year. I'm proud. Yesterday, I turned 51. 51.
Hey, you don't look a day over 49. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Wow, your friends.
No, Hendo stays in shape, man. He's looking good. He looks good for his age, man. Yes, yeah. Just Al says you're a young man.
Okay?
To him. Just Al said what I could do with 50.
Hey, coach, don't do that because you right behind me. Don't even do that, coach.
Yeah. All right. Let's do some coaching search updates. So the Ravens are pretty much interviewing everybody.
Yes.
Right? How do you feel about the candidates so far? First of all, like I'm glad that they're doing their due diligence, and they're trying to talk to everybody, but a few of these guys I know they better not be serious about, right? Like Matt Nagy better not get another phone call. You know what I'm saying? Now I know there's some coaches that are still coaching, the teams are still playing, and I think the Ravens want to interview them. I don't know if do they have to wait until they're done, or are they able to do the Zoom interview in like this week in between games? I'm not sure how that works, but if they're waiting on some of these teams, like we could be waiting until Super Bowl,
Yeah, so, it depends on if the team's given permission. If teams give permission to do it, they can do it.
Okay.
Or they can just be like, man, we in a Super Bowl run, like we on the playoff push. We ain't got time to be worried about that. But you have some head coaches that actually worry about their assistants wanting them to get the best opportunity. If I know, like, let's say Robert Saleh with the 49ers, nobody really expects.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about
to move on next week, but they moved on. Now, if I'm Shanahan, I'm like, the Ravens may be one of the best situations. Well, Ravens are actually the best situation for a coach to go to, and I want my guy to get that opportunity. I'm going to let him interview. Because I don't want him to miss out waiting, because we may make it to the Super Bowl, and by that time all the coaching spots will be filled. So some of those head coaches actually allow that grace. Some of them just buttholes and just like, nah, ain't happening. I'm keeping my guy around.
That's a good point. All right, we got over 150 people in here.
Oh, appreciate
Hit that like button, and if you're new hit the subscribe button. There's 2 channels that are streaming live right now. Lunch Break Hot Take, Rogue Pod, the birthday boy. All right. Make sure you subscribe to both. 25 subscribers away over here from 3,000. Let's go ahead and get that done.
It's over 100 people in here. We can just get that done right now.
Yeah. You can just, if you're wherever you're at, just go Lunch Break Hot Take, hit subscribe. And we got a super chat from JR. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Good morning. Just complexion for the protection, but let Lamar lose a playoff game. Let Lamar lose a playoff game. It'll be in every media platform. Trevor Lawrence and Herbert bums. Wow. I don't think they're bums. They only be getting it done in the playoffs.
Not at all. And listen, the only time that your boy Lawrence won was against Herbert.
Oh yeah.
So
the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, right. Does it actually count?
The one that I'm glad somebody somewhat called out was Ryan Clark calling out Josh Allen like, hey, if you don't get it done this year, we got to talk. Right. I did see that clip, and Josh Allen's still in it, so we'll see. I don't know. I mean, look, anybody can win. Anybody can win.
Right.
But that Buffalo team, something's missing there. And they had another injury in that game. Somebody went out. Who's 13? Was it number 13?
Gabe Davis, wide receiver. Gabe Davis.
I'm not sure how bad that injury is, but they called him back. They're already thin, man. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, this is their opportunity. No Lamar, no Patrick, no Burrow. Like, you have a clear path. And next week, I do believe they play the Broncos. So if they can get past the Broncos, you only have the Texans to really worry about defensively. You have the Patriots, who've already beaten you and should have beat you the second time. Like, they have a clear path to the Super Bowl. There are no real obstacles that they can't beat. So if Josh Allen does not make it to the Super Bowl, it should be put on his shoulders. Yes, his playoff numbers are good. This is the first time in his career that he's won a road playoff game. This is the first time in the last 3 seasons that they had the ball. And people say, oh, Josh Allen's numbers, he has the best playoff numbers ever. He does. But if you look at the last 2 seasons, he's had the ball in his hands versus Kansas City on a game-winning drive and blew it both times. Both times he had bad throws.
Yeah, that's his first game-winning playoff drive where they won. Yeah.
So,
hey, good morning, Yolanda. Salute.
Hey, good
morning.
Salute.
Thanks for coming through.
Appreciate it.
Got another super chat from Ty Riggs. Salute. Appreciate that. Says injuries and solid defense did that. What you think? Solid. Yes, I see another person in here that says, Salah's the pick for head coach. Yes.
I mean, phenomenal job that he did with that defense. All the injuries that they have, like, you have the best linebacker in the league by far, coach. I told you this last year, Fred Warner. So Fred Warner, you lost him. You lost Nick Bosa, who is one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So you lost 2 guys and with all the other injuries, you lost your 2 best defenders, and you're still holding teams down. And we're in a fight until last week for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Robert Saleh, his return shows you he is that coach. Now, he didn't get a fair opportunity in New York with Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers and all them. For me, I think he's an outstanding defensive coordinator. As a head coach, I think he's solid. He's not as bad as the record showed. But for me, that's not the guy that I want to head coach. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what? Because me and B were talking about that. And he says the same thing. Like, hey, what happened with the Jets wasn't entirely his fault. Aaron Rodgers came and blew that whole thing up. True. However, Zach Wilson, that's his pick, right? Like that's your pick at quarterback. Mm-hmm. I understand GMs, make those picks, but I'm pretty sure he had a hand in it. So you got the guy that you wanted, and no, he didn't work out. He wasn't good. Mm-hmm. But part of your job as a head coach, especially when you're drafting young quarterbacks like that, is to do your best to develop those guys. And I didn't see any development from him at all. And my fear with defensive coaches is, when you got a young quarterback, I mean, and this isn't applied to Lamar, he's established, but you have a quarterback that's not really running things the way you want it to be run. Do you work with them? Can you make adjustments, or do you say, all right, let me get my guy in here so I can run it how I want to run it? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Like there's something like I would like to have seen some more success with him before I say yes, come coach this team. But if we end up with him, that's not the worst pick.
That's not. And it for me, it all depends on your coordinators, because every guy has coordinators in mind. You know, when even I told somebody last week, when you're like the quarterback coach for the Broncos, you already have a playbook designed just in case you get an opportunity to be an offensive coordinator or head coach. So these guys have in mind the guys that they want. And we saw just this yesterday in the playoffs, when you take an established quarterback like Justin Herbert, who's broken all the records since most of the records since he's come into the NFL for his first 4 or 5 years, and you bring in an offensive coordinator that doesn't mesh well or accentuate his skills, you can see how they regress. So we can't have Robert Saleh come in here and bring in an old OC from Green Bay like he did up there in New York and have Lamar regress. We can't afford that, because Lamar is this team.
Right.
So
that's the thing. Yeah, how much does he how seriously does he take that side of the ball? Yeah. You know, and you know, players love him. You know, defensive players love him. Do offensive players love him?
Yeah,
because I need him to have the best relationship that he needs to have is with the quarterback.
Right. That's the question. I was supposed to do a video. I wrote the script and everything, but I was supposed to do a video on the coaching search, and when it comes to Brian Flores, because I've been reading a lot on how the flock feels, how the pundits and reporters feel about him. And their thing is they went off the Ryan Fitzpatrick interview about how he rubbed people the wrong way and he did this and he did that. And I'm like, yo, as a man over 4 years, you don't think that somebody can grow? Like they can become different? Like coaching, when you're a first-time head coach, it's a learning experience. And I've heard no reports that they dislike Flores up in Minnesota. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, well, he's standoffish. He's this. His best relationship should be with Lamar Jackson. But when I hear him talk about Lamar Jackson, he has nothing but praise for him. Even as an opposing coach, he has nothing but praise for Lamar. And you don't know if any of these coaches, offensive or defensively, how their relationship is going to be with Lamar. The problem that we had with John Harbaugh is the fact that he brought in offensive coordinators that love to run their system and had the players adapt to their system instead of adapting to the quarterback that we had. The only time that this didn't happen was when we had Gary Kubiak. And Gary Kubiak adjusted to what Joe Flacco did best, and he went out and had a career year. But yet still, John Harbaugh brought in more coordinators that was like, adapt to my system. Greg Roman, unfortunately, he only has one system. And we've seen it flame out in Buffalo. We've seen it flame out San Francisco. Everywhere Greg Roman has gone, they have an outstanding first year, maybe a good second year, but then it gets stale because defenses have tape on them. So we need somebody that's going to come in and say, you know what, Lamar, let's sit down and find out what plays you like best. What plays do you run the best? What do you have the most success with? And build the offense around that instead of saying, this is my system and this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. CES Junior says, I see the logo change. There you go.
I'm trying to do stuff. It's 2026.
Let's go over the we're going to get more into that coaching search in a second, but let's go over the scores from yesterday. Who are you looking at?
I'm back. Let's talk about the team going to regress and start 2-7 next season. Well, we started 1-5 this season with an 18-year head coach.
This is funny. The whole team regress shouldn't have fired Harbaugh, but y'all won't understand till you start 2-7 next season. Oh no, I think we understand, brother. I think we understand. Yeah. They'll like yes, we start out 1-5. There was a regression. We saw it. You know, we're not saying we're not firing Harbaugh after losing in the playoffs. Like, what does regression mean to you? We weren't in the playoffs. We regressed. If we start out 2-7, that's better than this. That's better than this year.
Like, what do you want from us? And for me, there is no way. Looking at the schedule, there's no way we're gonna start off 2-7 unless something catastrophic happens. We cannot start off 2-7 because whatever head coach we bring in, regardless, they're gonna upgrade this guard position. And John Harbaugh being that he wants full control of whatever team that he's going to, he's taking Falele with him. So that's addition by subtraction right there.
Well, that's the question that I'm asking too. Like, wherever Harbaugh goes, because you know it was good enough for here. Mm-hmm. Is Todd Monken and is Zach Orr, are they going with him as coordinators to the next job? And if not, why? Why? Like they were good enough. They were good enough for Lamar. You didn't want to make a change. Right. Why wouldn't you bring them along with you to your next job? They should be a package deal.
Right.
Just curious.
Oh yeah, and Warhop. And Warhop. Thank you, Amani. Yeah. And Warhop. They better go with you wherever you go.
Yep. And Dean P's son.
Yeah.
Oh, all of them. All of them. You didn't want to make any changes here. You wanted to run it back. So go ahead and run it to the next team. Hey, Jackson Dart, let's go.
Right.
Let's go. Abdul Carter, Brian Burns. Right. You got your bright young coordinator. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, and let's see Brian Burns
go with them, but not Orr. Why?
Oh, Monken's not going with him. Monken don't like him.
Yeah. Well, what happened? Why not Orr? Orr is his guy.
Right. And you fought for him to come back for the next season. So why would you not fight for him to be your defensive coordinator at the next job? Makes sense to me.
All right, let's go over some scores here real quick. Rams beat the Panthers in a very close game, 34-31. Panthers almost did it twice, man. Almost did it twice. Shout out to everybody that hung out with me and B after the stream. Look, just like the Jaguars, the Panthers, they have a bright future. They'll be competitive again next year. We got a super chat. Let's read the super chat from Small Black 1000. Salute. Appreciate that. Says Clint Kubiak and a wall for Lamar, I think helps us. The quickest controls time of possession, helps Henry, and keeps a weak defense off the field. Okay. Coach said Warhawk is a curse word. Small Black, thank you for that super chat, man. Bears beat the Packers. Another game. The Packers, they blew that one. They blew that one. We're gonna go back to the Panthers, guy. I want to talk about the next steps for Matt LaFleur. All right. But we'll circle back to that. Bills beat the Jaguars 27-24. 49ers beat the Eagles 23-19. The Eagles had every opportunity. They had the defense. Man, first of all, both defenses were hitting in that game. They were hitting. The Eagles did everything they needed to do on defense to win that game. Hey, listen, this is not a good day for the AJ Brown crowd. Okay. It's not a good day. Your boy AJ Brown, 3 drops. 3 drops through his hands, and those are some drops. Those are some catches they needed. They needed.
I mean, maybe that gives them an opportunity to come to Baltimore for cheaper.
Yeah. Devontae Smith had a drop too near the end. Patriots. This is the biggest blowout so far. 16-3. Right. The Chargers also have opportunities. Justin Herbert needs to throw a more accurate pass down the field. Passes down the field. But Patriots took care of business. And then tonight we got the Steelers and the Texans.
It's interesting playoffs. Like when they say give Super Bowl predictions, it's kind of hard because each and every week, it's any given Sunday. You don't know what team is going to go out and win. But one thing's for certain, 2 things for sure. 1, Howie Roseman is going to fix this team. And 2, Nick Sirianni is going to fire his offensive coordinator and bring in somebody else. He doesn't stick with people for too long. If they're not doing their job, because the defense has been kind of balling for Philadelphia all season long, it's just the offense just has had lulls. And each and every other season, Nick Sirianni hires a new offensive coordinator till he gets it right. Unlike John Harbaugh, who just sticks with whomever and says, you know what, write it out.
Yeah. Immaculate says, where he's responding to Talik. I said Talik. We are not the Ravens. We will not fire a highly successful head coach. No, but a lot of your fan base wants Tomlin fired.
Facts.
And listen, first of all, we think Tomlin's a better coach than John Harbaugh.
100%.
Right. That's one. Y'all haven't given him a real quarterback to work with since prime Ben Roethlisberger. That was a long time ago. And he's been finding a way to get it done. He hasn't had a single quarterback because Aaron Rodgers ain't it either.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is washed. Aaron Rodgers did not have a good year. He might be the best quarterback he's had to work with since Ben Roethlisberger, but that's not getting him a top tier quarterback. So he's been coaching handicap for a very long time.
Right. Yeah.
So no, I don't think he deserves to be fired for that, right? You haven't really given him a fully competent team. But if he did have a quarterback and they were losing, that's a different story. When you have a true window to win, you have to win. And if you don't get it done, you lose your job, whether you're a good coach or not. And Andy Reid's a perfect example of that. Doug Peterson, perfect example of that, right? Sirianni about to be that guy. Hey, listen, I listened to some of those Philly, those Eagles YouTubers, and they're like, Sirianni got to go. Sirianni just won a Super Bowl, and they're like, Sirianni got to go. All right, because it's about winning when it's your time to win. And the way we played, I mean, we've been saying it for a while. Harbaugh needs to go because you're just wasting Lamar's time. And you saw it. We missed the playoffs. We were one of the favorites to go to the Super Bowl, and we missed the playoffs. Can't have that.
Right. And I think Immaculate, you're missing the whole point of what we're trying to say. You're saying we got rid of a successful head coach. He needs to go. And like Jose said, you look at Tomlin. He hasn't had a quarterback since prime Ben Roethlisberger, not those last 2.5 years. Then on top of that, you think about it. They have not drafted a good offensive line at all. They've only had one decent wide receiver, whether it was Pickens or it was DK Metcalf. You have not had a workhorse running back. Najee Harris was decent, but he wasn't that guy. So offensively, you haven't surrounded him with anything close to what the Ravens had. We have a Hall of Fame running back. We have a Hall of Fame quarterback. We have right now a Hall of Fame wide receiver and decent pieces and components that the Steelers don't have. And we've fallen short time and time again. Mike Tomlin has got it done no matter whatever your team way has been constructed. Y'all won with Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph. We had a 2-time MVP at quarterback and missed the playoffs altogether. So I think you're missing a point of what we're saying. How successful was John Harbaugh? He's had the best player in the NFL for 8 seasons and has 3 playoff wins.
Facts. But hey, y'all can say whatever you want to say. The world's going to find out what John Harbaugh can do at his next stop. Good luck to him.
Yeah, anyway.
The Iron Addict salute. Good morning. Good morning. Melanie One says AJ Brown's better than every Ravens wide receiver. Facts.
100%.
What does that have to do with his 3 drops yesterday? Right? Like, what does it have to do with his 3 drops? But I tell you what, that could help him get out of Philly, right? They when Super Bowl winning teams will put up with anything as long as you're still winning. Right. But the minute you stop winning, then it's gonna be a fire sale. Then the attitude isn't gonna fly. So maybe that loss yesterday in his performance might say, you know what, we'll go ahead and trade you for the right piece and we'll go bring in somebody else. Right. Who knows? We'll see. I would love that. I'd love to have him in Baltimore. He's on the list. He's on the list. Like a lot of you hear me say Justin Jefferson, you're like, no, AJ Brown's better. Well, he's not better, but I'll take him.
What we got.
It's him, George Pickens, Justin Jefferson. There's some. Those are the 3 that I feel like we can get if we're aggressive enough. We can get them. But we'll see. All right, before we get out of here, Matt LaFleur, he doesn't have a contract right now. He's a free agent. Right. How do you feel about Matt LaFleur if the Ravens go and kick the tires on him?
I feel like no. I've seen enough of John Harbaugh. I don't need an offensive John Harbaugh on the scene. What they did was John Harbaugh-esque. They had a 10+ point lead and they blew it. Like they started coaching scared and playing scared. And I hate to say it, but Caleb Williams and the Bears, they are a much improved team. But first playoff game, like second year, y'all they crapped the bed. And a lot of it has to be put on the head coach. I don't need that. Will the offense be better with him? They most undoubtedly will. but I need a leader that can get his team over the hump. He's had talented teams, and I understand Micah Parsons wasn't there. Tucker Kraft was injured, but my God, you have all those wide receivers. You have a quarterback who was in the running for the MVP. He's the highest paid quarterback in the league, and that's what you did. That's how you ended the game. Like I don't want to see any more of that.
Yeah, good point. I just I look at how they move on offense. I'm like, man, I like to have that over here. Imagine what he could do with Lamar. Yeah, that's the attractive part to it. And we talked about his brother Mike LaFleur, getting a head coaching job. There's some intrigue there, but yes, that part of it does make you wonder, like game management. Game management is a big part of being a head coach, right? We talk about what a coach knows on offense, defense. We've had a special teams coach this whole time. And he wasn't good at game management either. He just had great players around him. But game management is a big part of it. Understanding, when to call timeouts, when to drain the clock, when to go for it. All those things are head coaching decisions. He has fallen short of that.
Yeah.
But overall, I do think he's a good coach. But we'll see. I haven't seen us reach out to him or anything like that. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a Zoom call though.
Good. I mean, good. And I see somebody asked about Steve Spagnuolo. No. Great. I think he may be the greatest defensive mind in the NFL right now. He is that good. But I saw him as a head coach. I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. Let's see. Doesn't matter who Lamar the OC is, get him an O-line and a defense. He's going to do his thing. Yeah, it matters. Like, yes, you're right. You're right. Get him O-line, get him defense, but you want guys that can call the right plays in the right moments, right? Especially in the playoffs.
How about this? Get him an O-line and get him a stud wide receiver. He has the defense. We just need the coordinator to get it right. 2 years ago, they're the number one defense in the NFL. True. So they have the pieces. We don't need to allocate any more to this defense. Maybe get a guy that can win one-on-one pass rushes, but outside of that, get him weapons, because we see now this is a scoring league. Look at the scores throughout the playoffs over the last few days. If we put up 40 points, we beat everybody.
Yeah. LaFleur gives me PTSD as a Ravens fan.
What I'm tripping about? What I'm tripping about Louisville Cardinal? What about you about more? You want more defense? Is that what you're saying? You want more defense? You want us to allocate how much more? We have so many first round and second round and third round picks on this defense. How much more do you want? Because this is the problem with me. We go to defense. After the last season lost, we say, "Oh, Lamar needs help. He needs offense." But then when it comes draft time, defense, that's our guy. We got to get this defender, and we just keep pouring into defense and pouring into defense. How has that worked for us? How has pouring into defense worked for us over the last 8 years? It hasn't, because we haven't won anything.
Well, all right. Let me ask you.
EDC is trash. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find out how trash he is, or if there was an awakening, so to speak. When you see your friend get fired. Right, and you weren't expecting him to get fired.
You were banging the table for him. No, he didn't stay.
You showed up to work a little earlier. You turned that TPS report in a little bit faster.
Hey, Steve. I just wanted to pick your brain on a couple of things. I know it's late. I'm still in the office. I just wanted to know if maybe we should go offensive and defensive lines this year. I'm thinking now that John's gone, we just switch the perspective, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you change how you talk and how you move. Like you don't walk down the halls as confidently as you used to. You walk down the halls like this.
They were sitting back like this. That's how they were. They're like, right. Yeah, we're not gonna change anything. We'll run it back. And then Steve's like, "Hey, I'm letting John go." What? Because the report is we can talk about that. We can talk about it tomorrow. We'll read that report that Desiree Big and Diana Rossini put out. Right. He was trying hard to keep John's job because they best friends. Mm-hmm. And Steve said, "All right, if you're not going to call him, I'll call him and fire him." Right. And he got all teary-eyed when he had to announce it to the players. Right. He knows.
It's an awakening. I have an 18-year relationship with you. 18 years, and I won't even let you in the building. I call you over the phone. I dump you over the phone. So what, to me as the general manager, that says, oh, I ain't safe. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been closer to him a lot less longer. So
hey, like B said, his name ain't Teflon Eric. So you might want to have a good draft, my friend.
Thanks. And it's just gonna be interesting to see what he does with the coach that he picks, so they can bounce off of each other, the needs and what direction that they want to go in. This is the time for EDC to get it right. This is the time. I don't want to see him drafting all 11 picks. He better not come into this draft and pick all 11 players. He better use some of that capital and trade up in the second and third rounds to get better players. I better not see a fifth round quarterback.
I did a mock draft yesterday just playing around, and I put it on 6 rounds, and I was drafting forever. I was getting frustrated. I was like, yo, how many picks do we have? I ended up drafting 9 players. Trade those damn picks, yo.
Right.
Trade those picks. And Louisville Cardinals Raven, like, just so we're clear, we're all on the same page here. We all 100%. Want Brian Flores. We 100%. All want Brian Flores. The concern is Brian Flores currently is suing the league. If you don't know about that, go into the archives. B&B did a video on that. He's suing the league. It's ongoing. It's pending, and we know how the league gets, man. When they want to blackball somebody, they'll blackball them. I'm surprised that he even got the coordinator position, to be honest. Right? I thought he was going to be up out of here, but you know, we'll see. I'm not 100% certain that he'll get a head coaching job because of that lawsuit. But yes, that is the person that I want. But we have to explore all options, right? Because we don't know what the Ravens are going to end up with, and it's not Brian Flores or bust. There are other coaches that can come in here and win. We don't have to have the perfect head coach. We just need a coach that's going to bring a different mindset here, right? But yes, we all want Brian Flores.
Oh my gosh, what that man did in Miami, and people want to overlook that. They talk about this and they talk about the lawsuit. So how's he going? It don't matter. This man went to the Miami Dolphins and took over for Adam Gase, and Adam Gase destroyed that Miami Dolphins team. This man had 2 winning seasons before he was fired. And think about it. His quarterbacks were Josh Rosen, Jacoby Brissett, Tua, and some other bum, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Those were his
that's right. Yeah.
And for them to say that, you know, he doesn't have a rapport with his players and all that, you got to remember in his final season, they went 9-8. They started the season off 1-7, and they won 7 straight games. If I'm playing for a coach that I don't like and I don't care about, I'm not putting forth that effort to win 7 straight games. You know what I'm saying? People will overlook the fact that he rallied that team, held them together with Tua at quarterback. If you think about Tua before Tyreek Hill, he wasn't that guy. So the things that he's done in Miami, I mean, even just when we played him in 2021, and he uncovered that zero blitz and confused the heck out of Lamar, like, he is a genius defensive mind. And I think he's a leader of men, and I think he's going to bring about the discipline that the Ravens need. That's the one thing people don't talk about. This team is severely undisciplined, and we need a coach that's not going to come in here and want to be buddy. We want a coach that comes in here and brings in structure.
Yep, exactly. I'll read just a comment, then we gotta get up out of here. CES Junior says, I didn't know that about Brian Flores. I no longer want him. The league already don't like Lamar. The league loves Lamar. Lamar gets them ratings.
Facts.
And the media loves Lamar too. Don't get it twisted. Just because they put out, you know, a lot of this propaganda and these lies and all these hit pieces and whatnot, that's what gets you guys to click on the stories. You guys click on the social media stuff. It's engagement for them. They love Lamar. They love talking about Lamar, but they're going to do things to generate emotion, strong emotions from you. That's what keeps you on these platforms for so long, right? Lamar winning is good for NFL business, for sure, more so than anybody else, and the ratings will tell you that. All right, we gotta get out of here. Tune in tomorrow, right? We got more to discuss. Turn notification bells on. There is 250 people in here. Hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe to Lunch Break Hot Take and the Rogue Pod. Both of us have Patreons. Hey, it's Hendo's birthday. But yesterday was Hendo's birthday. Patreon.com/ROUG is how you can tell him happy birthday. All right, go ahead and do that. The league loves Lamar. Win. since always, since he came into the league, and it's been killing in ratings every time he goes out there and plays on prime time, right? When he's playing in the playoffs. Just look at the ratings.
Right.
You think because we get some bad calls, they don't like Lamar. I need you to watch some other football. Every team gets bad calls. There's just bad officiating in the league.
Right.
Right. There's some really bad officiating in the league. You think the Ravens are the only victims of bad officiating?
You didn't watch
you gotta, yeah.
And then also, even if you look at the people that talk about Lamar, it's certain guys out there that you think hate Lamar. Watch what happens. Just pay attention throughout the season. They'll talk bad about him, then they'll praise him. Then they'll talk bad about him, then they'll praise him. It's all to bring you in to watch the game. Lamar is a talent the NFL has never seen before. Randall Cunningham was like, I don't go to NFL games. I've never gone to NFL games after I retired, but I went to a game to watch Lamar Jackson because he is that guy.
Yeah. The rest stop Lamar. I watch. Okay. All right. If you say so.
Not as much.
So we won't. So I guess we won't talk about the rest anymore this year.
Thanks.
I bet you we will. Somebody asked about Clint Kubiak. Tyrese wants to know about Clint Kubiak. What's your feelings on Clint?
I think he'll bring out the best of Lamar. I don't know if he's ready for a head coach, but we didn't know the same thing about John Harbaugh when he first came in. I wouldn't be mad if Clint Kubiak came in, just the lineage that he comes from, just the offenses that they've run and how they've maximized even some of the most average running backs, some of the most average quarterbacks, and got the best out of them with Lamar and Derrick Henry. I think they would do extremely well. It just depends on what defensive coordinator he brings in for me.
Yep, same. Yep, I agree. And got another super chat. CES Jr. Appreciate that. Says they don't want players coming in with the Lamar concept, representing himself and fighting for the contracts he wants and himself. I think there's a lot more players than you realize that represent themselves. There's a lot more players than you realize represent themselves.
Roquan, Bobby Wagner.
Yep. It's an issue for the media, right? The media makes a big deal out of these things, not the teams, right? It's because because if you don't have an agent to leak stuff to the media, it's harder to get information out. Think about everything that's transpired since Harbaugh's been fired. All these things that's coming out about Lamar, even during the season, the lies that Mike President's put out about Lamar, none of it's true. They're making things up because they don't have any access to them.
Yep.
So they're just making up stories. So that's a media thing. The no agent is not good. It's not good for players. It's not good for you, right? The teams don't have any problem working with players that represent themselves.
All right.
And he doesn't represent himself. His mom represents him, and she represents him well.
Oh, facts. And they don't like that.
Right.
Appreciate
All right. Thank you, Flex Zone, for the birthday wishes for my brother Hendo. All right, that's it. We are getting out of here. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.